Today we're discussing Yule, what it is, how we honor it, why we honor it, and how you can weave its magic day by day into your own spiritual journey and holiday traditions. If this interests you, stick around and let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Veronica and welcome to the Wholeness Shift. If you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you found me. And if you're already part of the family, welcome back. I teach people about easy, practical spirituality. I help you navigate your spiritual awakening, and we talk about all the things. We talk about every topic. There's nothing off limits. We talk about traditions and meditation, and we talk about reincarnation and pendulums and spirit guides and aliens and all the things. So if this interests you, please hit the subscribe button below because I wouldn't want you to miss out on anything good. And if you know somebody that would benefit from this video, share it with them. Hit the like button and share button. Let's get this information out to as many people as possible. As the wheel of the year turns and Earth reaches its darkest night, we pause. We gather light, we welcome the return of the sun. This sacred moment, the turning of the tide from darkness to light, is the essence of Yule. So what is Yule? Even if you're not familiar with Yule and what it technically means and the traditions associated with it, you've probably heard the terminology and the word thrown around your whole life. Words like Yuletide, Yuletide blessings, the Yule log, those are woven all through our vernacular, at least here in the United States. So let's talk what it's really about, though. Yule is an ancient winter festival that's rooted in Germanic pagan traditions and celebrated by people like the Norse, Vikings, and Scandinavians. Yule coincides with the winter solstice, which is the shortest day and the longest night of the year. So the one day out of the year that has the most darkness. This occurs between December 21st and 23rd every single year. This year it's on the 21st of December, in the northern hemisphere anyways. Because it's the darkest, longest night of the year, Yule celebrates the returning of the sun. It marks that turning point from darkness returning towards light, from hibernation towards rebirth. The sun will rise again and the days will grow longer. This entire Yule celebration and all the traditions are deeply symbolic of renewal, hope, and inner transformation. Yule lasts 12 days. I have seen it where they do longer, but typically Yule lasts 12 days. You've probably heard of the 12 days of Christmas. That's where that comes from. And every day of Yule has a different theme. It's assigned a different theme, different activities you can do, different things you should meditate on or ponder. Themes and practices include lighting candles, lighting hearth fires, decorating with evergreens or a Yule log, feasting, communal joy, exchanging gifts, all echoing ancient traditions of and rituals of light and warmth and renewal. And we will get more into all of that in a moment. Yule can be a solitary celebration, or you can celebrate with friends and family. If you have like-minded people, you guys can celebrate Yule together all the days or some of the days, or you can just do it by yourself. No one even needs to know. How you celebrate and honor the season is completely up to you. Yule isn't just about holiday traditions and cozy vibes, though. It's a spiritual reminder of comfort and hope, that even in the darkest days, the light returns, hope endures, renewal is possible, which is a very important lesson to be reminded of when times feel dark. Now let's talk about the 12 days of Yule. I have seen many different ways to do this. It seems like everybody has their own version of what each day is and in what order they come. I've seen very traditional type of Yule celebrations and lineups that might pay honor to or tribute certain pagan gods. I've also seen them that are just more of a spiritual nature and about renewal and hope and releasing and all of that. And that's the one I choose to do. Which one you choose to do is up to you. And all of these, what order they are up to you as well. I'm going to share the order I do them in and the ones that I do, but it seems like every website you look at has a different lineup, different names for the days, different activities they do. So the point is that Yule is deeply personal. I got a general consensus of when I was looking to start Yule, I got a general consensus of several websites I was looking at that seemed respectable and knowledgeable. And so I kind of took from there. I kind of got the general consensus. But you could look at 100 websites and probably get 80 different views on what these are and in what order they should fall. So do you. Put them in whatever order works out best for you. There are some that everybody tends to agree on, like the first day and the second day and which day is Christmas and, all of that. But the ones in the middle, if you don't like one, swap it out with another. Do a Google search and look for, the days of Yule and make your own plan. Make it personal to you and what feels right. There's no one way to celebrate Yule. So make it your own because it's the message behind the days. It's the message behind the celebrations that is important, not that you follow it like a checklist. It's the intention and message behind it. And we'll get into that. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so here are some ways to walk through each of the days of Yule with some suggested themes and rituals or activities that might be good for you. Feel free to adjust it. Day 1 of Yule is always the day before the winter solstice. It's called Mother's Night. This is a day where you honor all of your maternal ancestors, the roots and the energy of all of those women who came before you. Whether you're a man or a woman, you're celebrating the women and the mothers who came before you. Your mother and your grandmothers and their great-grandmothers, whether you know who they are or not, their energy and their DNA is in your bones. It's in your blood. It's in there. They went through things, they had experiences, and they have stories to tell, whether you know the stories or not. It's believed that they still watch over their families and that they help us in times of need. So on Mother's Night, we honor them. This is one that doesn't really change. I see this on every single one. Day 1 is Mother's Night. And it's always the day before the winter solstice. Some activities that you might want to incorporate: light a candle for your maternal ancestors or the maternal energy. And with that being said, for the maternal energy in the world, light a candle in honor of maternal energy, specifically the ones that came before you, your ancestors. Some people bake cookies because that's a traditionally maternal thing to do, although, hello patriarchy, but whatever. Whatever. Baking cookies is a nice thing to do. So some people bake cookies. You could always, with your lit candle, you can leave a little offering of something sweet, some cookies, some honey, something to bless the women in your lineage. If you know stories about the powerful women that came before, or any kind of stories about the women that came before in your family, share them so that their legacy lives on. God, that gets me. It gets me to bear witness to the women that came before. That one's right up my alley. Anyways, I did it again. God, I keep crying in every video and I'm getting all red. I'm so emotional. I also noticed that my new glasses, they have a coating on them and they have a purple glow. No matter which way I turn, the light catches them and they're purple. So, is what it is. You got to work with me. Okay, Yule Day 2 is the winter solstice. As I said, this year it's on December 21st. So Mother's Day would be on the 20th. Winter solstice is the 21st. Day 2 is about acknowledging the return of the light. It's about calling back the sun. We miss you, we love you, we honor you. Please come back. Please come back. This is about calling back the sun. It's about hope. It's about rebirth. So to honor this day, you would want to, some people lighted a candle in the morning and let it burn all day. I typically start it at sunset, like when it starts to get dark. Light a candle. White or some kind of a gold or yellow or something to represent the sun is what is appropriate. However, if you don't have either one, just light a candle. Get the light going, So at sunset, either light the candles on your Yule log if you have one, or just light a candle. You can make a Yule bowl. Making a Yule bowl is a wonderful way to help manifest the intentions you want for the next year and to celebrate Yule. So I started by cleansing my space with a clockwise motion. I chose a green bowl and a red candle because it's Yule. I filled my bowl with salt for protection and cleansing, and then I added some rose leaves to call in love, dried oranges to call in the sun and joy and abundance, cinnamon sticks for protection and abundance. I wrote some intentions on my bay leaves and stuck those in there for manifesting. And then I added some rosemary for healing and protection and calling back my power. I added allspice to help potentiate the power of the manifestation and clear blockages. I added cloves for protection. And I forgot the star anise, but I added that at the very end. I added this peace out oil from Olive and Apotheca that calls in all the peaceful, loving, healing energies. And then I relight my candle every night of Yule. And then another activity you can do is to journal, do some shadow work. So a good journaling prompt is, what are you ready to release? Another journal prompt would be, what intentions are you wanting to plant for the coming light? What do you want to see come to fruition? So what do you want to release and what do you want to call in? And then if you're up to it or you have the resources, share a solar shaped meal. And what that means is share things that are in shape of the sun, which is round. Bake a round loaf of bread, round rolls or muffins, an orange. Day 3 is a day that you honor your ancestors. It's about gratitude and connection and remembering and lineage and heritage. You can set out some photos or heirlooms. If you're someone who likes to create an altar, you can make a little altar with items from your ancestors, some photos and whatnot. If not, you can just set them out. It doesn't have to be anything official. If you live near their gravesite, you might want to go tidy their gravesite and maybe leave some flowers for them or put a stone on their headstone. You can write a letter to your ancestors, either a specific ancestor or just in general, showing your gratitude or honoring them in some way. If you know stories about them, share their stories, honor their legacy, bear witness to their lives. If ancestors aren't your thing for some reason, if you're like, ugh, I don't want to do that, then another option that I have frequently seen is they refer to day 3 as Mistletoe Day. And this is a day where You would bring fresh greens, evergreens, mistletoe, holly, things like that into your home and decorate. Aside from bringing kisses, mistletoe is traditionally known for fertility. It symbolizes fertility and luck and peace and strength. And when hung in a doorway, it's said to ward off evil energies. If you do bring mistletoe into your home, though, please be careful. Make sure it's always kept up high where nobody can reach it, because it's very poisonous and we don't want kids or babies or animals getting a hold of it. Day 4 of Yule is all about hearth and home. The theme of this day is all about security and comfort and putting down roots, and about domesticity and creating magic in your home. You want to clean and bless your home, perhaps cleanse with some incense or something. You could set out salt bowls to cleanse the energy in your space. If you've heard of hygge, then you know what that means. You know what I'm talking about. You just want to make your home cozy. Light some candles. Light your Yule bowl, light your Yule log. You should be doing that every evening anyways. When the sun sets, light your Yule log or your Yule bowl, your candle for the evening, and then do the other activities. So light your candles, put out some nice warm cozy blankets, put on some cozy socks, some cozy slippers, put on a nice cozy pair of pajamas or something, or some comfy clothes. Just get your home cozy and nice and warm. You might want to make a simmer pot full of all kinds of warm spices and, cinnamon and nutmeg and clove and evergreen you could drop in there, and throw in some orange slices if you have it to help call the sun back in. Day 5 is all about reflection and shadow work. Did I hear a collective groan go through the audience like, ugh, shadow work? This is about doing the inner work. It's about releasing what needs released. Whatever will serve you for your best good. It's about releasing that stuff, releasing that old baggage and not taking that into the new year. It's about acknowledging the darkness that exists within you and having a willingness to release what doesn't serve you anymore so that it can be refilled with light. So a journal prompt, light your candle, light your Yule log, whatever, and then you want to journal. That's a good way to do it. So a journal prompt would be, what fears, shadows, regrets, or grief are you carrying? Be honest, dig deep. No one needs to see this but you. Be honest. Write them down and then burn it. Burn it safely, either in your hearth fire or with your candle flame. Be safe about it. Burning it is a good way to expel that energy and to get it out. And then have a good meditation. Meditate on renewal and peace and what you would like to not only release, but then what do you want to take its place? What do you want to fill it with instead? Day 6 is Santa Day, or gift giving day. This is Christmas. This is about gratitude and generosity and giving, compassion, offering, outward offering. It's also about accepting if someone gives you a gift. A lot of people are good gift givers, but they don't like to give back. That's just a way of showing yourself hate. That's darkness, that's shadow. In order to be perfectly balanced in life, that's the goal, is to be perfectly balanced. The yin and the yang, the light and the dark. Shadow is when we tip one side to the other, right? So balance would be willing to give and to receive. You might want to bake something to share. Bake some cookies and give them to your neighbor. Give a small handmade gift. You might want to volunteer. Spend some time volunteering, donating of yourself. Get a child, choose from a giving tree or an angel tree, some kind of a child who is in need. Buy them some Christmas presents. Buy them a warm coat if you have the means to do that. You can meditate on sending loving, warm intentions and energy to the people that you love in your life. Day 7 is about connecting with nature. This is about honoring the earth and the cycles of the earth and the seasons. It's about grounding and spiritual alignment. If the weather allows, take a walk. Take a walk in nature. Take a walk around the block. Get outside. Move your body. Collect some natural items, some pine cones, twigs, evergreen sprigs. Part of Yule on any day that you choose, but part of Yule is making the decorations for your tree or for your hearth. You know, you've probably seen garlands made from dried orange slices and cinnamon sticks, or little ornaments from cinnamon sticks and orange slices, evergreen wreaths and garlands and all the things. That's all part of Yule. That stems from Yule. Gather the natural items and do something crafty with it to decorate your home for Yule. Have a good meditation on nature's rhythms and ask for help to be more in rhythm with nature. If you live in a place where this is possible, go outside barefoot and ground yourself. I'm not doing that in Ohio. It's cold. It's freezing. It was like 10 degrees when I woke up this morning. Fahrenheit. Day 8 is about healing and care. It's about self-care, self-healing, restoration of your mind and your body. So today you want to take care of yourself. Light some candles, light your hearth fire, whatever you're going to do. You might want to do some visualization, have a good meditation, take a good bath, put some nice herbs or salts or oils into your bath. Drink some nice warming tea. Read a book. Whatever is good for your mental health and clarity. Give yourself some rest and some nurturing and take care of yourself today. Day 9 is about inner strength and resilience. This is about honoring your inner fire, your inner courage, and it's about transformation, having the courage to transform into something better, having courage to release what does not serve you and to move on to something better. It's about renewal, having the courage to do that. Take some time to reflect on all of the things that you went through and overcame this year. Journal about where you could use more courage. Light a red or a gold candle to symbolize strength and courage for yourself, or for someone you know that needs it. Someone you know that's been going through it and could use a little more courage. Do a grounding and healing meditation of some kind and listen for any guidance. Ask for guidance, where you could heal, where you could have more courage, and listen. I kind of combine two rituals because in the more traditional Yule, where they do certain things that I chose not to do, one of the days is called Deer Day or the Deer Mother Day. I don't follow all the things, but on that, one of the things they always do is to leave an offering outside of oats or bird seeds for the squirrels and the birds and stuff. And I thought that was nice. So I still take that and put it into this day for myself. You can do that if you like or not. But there was a suggestion for an activity to go for a walk and to leave an offering outside for the squirrels and the birds of like oats or nuts or birdseed. And I think that that's nice. So that's what I choose to do. Day 10 is about community and celebration. This is about joy and laughter and community. This is about socializing and social magic and shared ritual, whether they know it or not. They don't have to be in on it. You can know that like there's magic in this combining of people, but they don't necessarily have to be celebrating the same thing you do. It helps. It would be nice, but it doesn't have to. You could host a small gathering, even virtually, and you could share a meal, share a warm drink, something cozy. You could sing songs, you could tell stories, you could play games, you could have a game night, light a candle, have a fire, exchange small gifts. Basically, you want to fill it with love and laughter and celebration and all the goodness. Day 11 is intention and manifestation. You're getting all of those resolutions ready to roll. The theme is looking forward and planting seeds for the year to come. What do you want to see grow? What do you want to happen? What intentions, goals, resolutions do you have for New Year's? Light your candle, light your fire as usual. Take some time to write down your hopes, your visions for the coming year, for the upcoming solar cycle. Create a wish list or a vision board. Do you like a vision board? I love a vision board. I haven't made one in a long time, like in several years, because I don't get a lot of actual magazines anymore. I know a lot of people do digital vision boards now, but I can't get into that. I want something tactile. I want to get up and see it on my wall every day. You know what I mean? Anyways, you can make it digitally on Canva or someplace, or you could just write it on a piece of paper. What's your wish list? Have a good meditation on what you would like to call into your life. Spend some time visualizing and manifesting. If you wrote it all down, close out the ritual and seal it with burning of the list or a copy of the list, burning of some bay leaves that have your intentions written on them, something. Do a symbolic closing of that ritual. So it is. And send it into the universe. And then day 12 is Hogmanay, which is New Year's Eve. This is the closing to YULE. This is the farewell night. This is about transition and reflection and gratitude and closing out old cycles and bringing in the new ones. It's New Year's Eve. I don't know about you, but I always stay home on New Year's Eve. I used to go to church, when I was still in the church. Our pastor firmly believed that however, they say that they're not superstitious and whatnot, but yeah, they are. He firmly believed that however you were spending the moment of New Year's, wherever you were and whatever you were doing, was the theme that was going to carry out through your year. So we would always have a candlelight service at the church. We'd get there around dinner time. Everybody would bring a potluck dish. We would have dinner, and then we would sing songs and tell stories and share testimonies and whatnot. And we would light candles. Every person that, like the pastor would light his candle, everyone that got up to speak or to share something, they would get their candle lit. And then the next person would get their candle lit. And pretty soon the whole sanctuary was full of these beautiful glowing candles. And then at whatever point, when he noticed, he would just quietly say, "Happy New Year's, y'all." And everybody would hug and kiss gently and quietly. The theme was, we're together, community in the house of God. It's peaceful. And I always thought that was lovely. So even though I'm no longer there, I still believe in that. I carried that with me. And so I choose to spend my days, my New Year's Eves at home in peace, or maybe with a friend or a loved one wherever they are, but either in solitude or with people I love in a peaceful, safe environment, so that transitions and follows me through the year. I don't want to be out at some rowdy bar with lots of noise and chaos. And no, thank you. But that's me. I will be at home. I'm not sure where you will be, but if you are in a place where you can do this, light your final candle or your final fire or your final Yule log of the year and express gratitude for the lessons, for the people, for the experiences. You might want to take a little bit of time to journal a letter to your future self, what you want for them. Mark the shift into the new year with some kind of a simple ritual that marks the transition and welcomes what's coming. I'll share a few of them that I do. You want to make sure your stove is clean. Clean your stove top. You want to energetically sweep the old year out your front door. My grandma on my dad's side, she was an Appalachian woman, and she always made sure to take money outside on the porch and leave it there before midnight. And then at midnight, you open up that front door to let the old year out and the new year in, and you go outside, get that money and carry it in right after midnight so that money and prosperity would flow into your home. It lets the universe know and your home know that this is going to be the theme for this year. Money's going to be coming into this home. Abundance will flow. So leave that money outside. Doesn't have to be much. A couple coins, $1, whatever. It's symbolic. So open up that door, sweep out the old energy, go outside, get that money and carry it back in. And step in the door on your right foot because you want to start the year off on the right foot. It's all symbolic. Remember this 12-day path that I just shared, this plan for how to celebrate Yule and walk the Yule path. That's just one way of celebrating Yule. Your journey could look different. You could plan it however you like. Shorter or longer, simpler or more evolved, more elaborate. It can be full of ritual. It can be full of crafts. It can be all kinds. It could be whatever you want. And there are plans out there, if you look for them, that will give you exactly what you're looking for. This is just one way. As we discussed earlier, what is most important is the intention behind it. The inward turning, the honoring of what came before, what is now, and what will be coming. Yule is more than a holiday. It's a sacred space. It's a threshold between the old and the new, the dark and the light, the old year and the new. It's a reminder that no matter how deep the dark gets, the light will always come back. It's a reminder that it's okay to have seasons of withdrawal, of quiet, of solitude. Because if you keep going, you will always come out the other side in the light. If you're drawn to this sacred season, I encourage you to make your own Yule traditions. Let your traditions reflect your heart and your family. With intention, release the old and welcome the new. Use Yule as a spiritual reset, as a time of gentle reflection, of deep healing, of vibrant hope. If you celebrate Yule, I would love to hear about it. I would love to hear about your traditions. I would love to see pictures of the crafts that you do or the Yule bowls that you make. If you try some of these practices this year for the first time, share it with us. Let us know your thoughts. Come back and let me know how it goes. Send me an email with some pictures. I would love to see how it goes for you. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. And if you haven't yet, please hit the like and subscribe buttons because that helps out so much. It helps the channel get going again. YouTube has had me shadow banned for a while now. They just don't want to push my videos for some reason. So we need all the help we can get. And if you know somebody that would benefit from this or would like this information, please share it with them. Blessings of warmth, light, and renewal to you all. Blessed Yule. Until next time.